today. Getting skinny hopefully motivates you to change your life and transform. Um, I just noticed that this picture was up here earlier, and I was super excited because one of my patients today had a very similar body type, and I was actually able to accomplish very similar results. So, and she's going to start sharing her stuff in the group shortly. So, hopefully, you can follow her story. But I'm not going to say her name out of privacy until she starts to post. But it's awesome to see these type of things that it's actually possible. You look at this and you might think that there's no hope. And there's a lot. I'll tell you, a lot of women and men, they cause this type of deformity. I call it like a duckbill deformity. And part of the reasons why it causes, or the only reason why it's caused, is when you're heavier and your belly's hanging over. A lot of these people will cover up the hanging part and then put their pants right in the middle of the belly. And when it does that, it pushes compression directly on that area. And when it compresses directly on that area, you see the line? When it compresses directly on that line, your body has a response. It reacts to the stress of the pressure. Just similarly, like a bra will end up causing fibrous and connective tissue, which causes a fold. But this is a fold. It's caused 100% by pants. When you wear your pants in the same spot for decades, this is what it causes. And the good news is there's hope, right? We can get rid of this. So if you have this deformity, if you have this issue, then we can help. The other thing, you see even the fold at the bottom of the belly. That's amazing, right? That we can get rid of that. Had 3 of those today. We did a 360 and a 2 at the front of the bellies, the larger individuals. So we're gonna get some awesome awesome people to follow. Now, I do want to mention that we have this 15% off special going on right now. And 15% off, the deal is that you need to place your deposit by the end of this month, the end of July. So you need to place your deposit by the end of July, and that'll allow you to take advantage of this 15% off. And then you'd have to have the procedure completed by the end of August. So that's to get the 15% off. Now, if you want pricing, if you want pricing, there is the quick quote. And all of these links that I'm going to be talking about, they're all on our website, myshapelipo.com. So for pricing, you can click on the quick quote button and it gets you an instant quote. You're just going to input some basic information and answer a few questions. What's up, Ashley? And get you pretty accurate quote and recommendations for what we recommend for someone your size. Let's see, I got some people talking on Facebook, so I don't want to neglect you. What's up, Alondra? I love the way you explain things. Good. I do my best, right? Look, I'm like you guys. I don't like being bullshitted to. I don't like people telling me stuff, that's like sugar coated. Because the sugarcoat in this type of stuff, in procedures, like nobody wants to be, told, like maybe wishy-washy. Like this is I'm gonna tell you the way it is. I'm gonna tell you what's possible based on my experience. I've done this stuff for, I keep saying 15 years. So it's been about 16 years now. We've done thousands and thousands of these procedures. So I'm gonna share with you my personal experience, good, bad, and ugly, just as when you go to the private Facebook group, our patients are explaining the same type of thing, but from their experience, from their personal experience of the procedure and the recovery process. So if you haven't joined the private Facebook group, you're definitely going to want to get on the private Facebook group where you can connect with these individuals. Many of these pictures that you're going to see behind me are from the private Facebook group, and you can actually connect with the individual, private message them. And in fact, we're having a contest right now that's encouraging all of our previous patients to share and help as much as possible, because I know that many of the new people coming into this portal, you have lots of questions and concerns, and you might see this stuff and you're like, I don't believe this is photoshopped, or it's bullshit, or this guy is blowing smoke up my ass, whatever you think, right? Don't trust me, don't believe me. go to the group, you can actually connect with these individuals and ask them your personal questions, right? Ask them if they like me, or ask them whatever you want to ask them. You got to talk to people that you can trust, and this is why the private Facebook group is so amazing, because it's not there's none of these paid people. It's not like paid testimonials. It's not testimonials that are made up to look good. It's none of that stuff. So you have the ability. This is for real people, real results, and you get their real stories. I think it's invaluable. It's absolutely amazing that if you're looking to have this procedure, you have the ability to now connect with people, almost as if you had family or friends that have had the procedure already, and you can talk to them and get their opinion on things. So, what's up, Paula? It's been a while, huh? Yeah, Ashley Brown. She's gonna, she's one of those previous patients. Hit her up. She's happy to help. Those of you that are coming into this portal, you have questions. Look, we have this contest that we are encouraging our previous patients to help and mentor those of you coming into this portal, and you have questions. So please take advantage of the opportunity. Use the valuable information that they're providing for you. And when they say that inbox me, like they're serious. This is not a joke, and these aren't fake people. They're not paid. They're trying to win a contest, granted, but they're sharing. I want to encourage people to be better people. This is what this is all about, right? Pay it forward. Share the love. Whatever. Because typically what happens when these individuals come in, they get helped by somebody. Somebody helps them, whether it's our employees, or it's myself, or other people in the group. Somebody helps them. And once you've had that help and it allowed you to make the decision that is good for you, and you learn how to go, move along this path of transforming your life, once you learn how to do that stuff, it's your obligation now, once you know how it is, to turn around and help somebody else. And that's everything in life. It's not fair if you're going to be successful if you're not going to help the people around you. That's not cool, right? We all influence each other. The people that are around you are going to have the biggest impact and influence on you, no matter what. Like, you might say, oh, this bad person is not going to influence me, but that's not true. Just by being around you're influenced by everybody. So the 5 people you spend the most time with are going to have the most influence. Now, those 5 people don't actually have to be right around you. Like, what about if you watch TV a lot, and you tend to you connect with certain people, and like when I grew up, it was like Family Ties, or whatever, like shows that I connected with, and I watched a lot of this stuff. So they influenced me, right? So the same thing happens in your life. What about if it's a book? If you're reading a book for a specific author, I love Tony Robbins. He's had a huge impact on my life, mentoring me, not personally, but he didn't know about it, but it was a mentor nonetheless. And you can have the same, and you can have multiple people that you're choosing to influence you. The problem comes when you're not choosing, and the people that are around you are not of the best influence, not of a positive energy. And particularly, it's common that family members will drag you down. This is weird how this works, that sometimes it's like, if you start advancing and going beyond where your family is, they'll be like, oh, what are you doing now? Why are you working so hard? Come hang out with us on the weekend, or go let's come drinking with us, and do stuff that's not going to help you along your path. Family does that, and it is what it is. And I'm not saying cut people out. What I'm saying is, you have to put them in a box, isolate, say, I'll hang out with you on this day. These other days, you're not going to be around. You're not going to influence me. You're not going to influence my kids. You're not going to influence anybody around me. If you're negative, you got to stay away. Now, you can connect with them for a short period of time, but you have to be like ironclad. You have to have your armor up, right? You have to protect yourself from their influence, and it's not going to be easy, because it's like, for example, if you like to drink alcohol but you're trying not to, or you like to eat sugar but you're trying not to, if you're around people that are doing this, it's it's inevitable that you're going to be influenced, and it's going to be so difficult for you to stop those cravings, because if you're having cravings to eat sugary stuff or drink alcohol or whatever it is that you're trying not to do, when you have those urges, if someone else is doing it, it's really easy to fall into the trap. So box those people off. Alondra, so we do have pricing. You can go to up in Facebook in the post. There's a link for a quick quote, an instant quick quote, and you just click on that link, put your basic information in there, answer a few questions, and you get a quote instantly. It also gives you recommendations based off of your size. Okay, Ashley says, Trevor, please explain the minimal scarring with lipo. I have someone who's asked me and I've explained, but she is watching. Okay, cool. So the scarring, so with liposuction, instead of getting this huge tummy tuck scar, we make these tiny little puncture holes. They're 2 millimeters. They're circular in nature. It's called a biopsy punch. So the 2 millimeter tiny little biopsy punches, holes in the skin, and through there, that's where we enter and pass our instruments through. All the work is done through these tiny little holes. You're gonna have a couple of them throughout the in different parts of your body in order to access the different parts, but in general, it's very little external scarring. Now, anytime we disrupt any of the tissue, inside or outside, there's going to be some scarring or scar tissue. So when you do any type of surgery on the inside, there will be scar tissue on the inside as well. Now, how is that appreciated in liposuction? After the procedure is done, we put compression garments on and the body needs to heal. So you can imagine you got the muscle down below, skin up top, and all the fat in between. So when we do liposuction, we slowly close that gap. And now that gap that was there, it's not empty anymore since we took all the fat out. Now the top layer, which is skin, bottom layer is the muscle, those are going to come closer together, and then the body forms scar tissue. And the scar tissue works like glue, and it sticks we call it adhesions. The adhesions stick everything together. And now the magic behind that is how we get these big bellies to go away, how we get the fold to retract back. It's the scar tissue that helps us. So I understood how scar tissue worked, and so instead of the scar tissue causing a negative problem with people, I utilized it to get these amazing results. So once we get all the fat out of there, you're gonna pull the skin up, put it in the proper position where you want it, make sure you're good posture, and then you put the compression garment on and you stick it together. And you hold it in that position for an extended period of time, usually 2-3 weeks, and then the fold goes away. Now, not everybody's able to achieve this, but the techniques that I do are going to give you the best opportunity, the best chance. Now, some individuals have some more complex situations where C-section scars or other type of surgical scars down there. And when you have those type of scars, there's going to be adhesions and things of that nature, which makes it more difficult. It's not impossible, but it makes it more difficult to completely alleviate and get rid of all that connective tissue and scar tissue. Hope that answers your question, Ashley. Okay, Terry says, how many areas can you do at a time? Terry, you may be referring to our old model. We don't price based off of area anymore. So if you go to our quick quote system, you're going to enter your basic information, height and weight, which will calculate the BMI. And based on the BMI, we have recommendations for what you can treat in one procedure. The procedures are meant to maximize the amount of fat that we can get out and do the biggest procedures for a person your size. And when I say a person your size, the limitations are how much fat that we can remove, as well as the amount of numbing medication that we use to get you numb to remove the fat. So it's not based on areas as we have packages now. So go check out the quick quote. And you said arms and belly, and you're just so you're aware, my philosophy in the way that I do things, we can't get these kind of results unless we isolate and treat an area where we can maximize the amount of fat that we get out. So this is the front of the abdomen. We stop right here on the side, so it's everything in the front of the abdomen. We isolate that area and maximize the amount of fat that we get out there. When we maximize the amount of fat, we get these kind of results. Now, not everybody's doing this. there are doctors that will do a 360 on someone this size, except they just won't get that much fat out. They'll get a little bit of fat out in the front, a little bit about on the sides, and a little bit on the lower back. So technically it's 360, it's all the way around, but they do a mediocre job. And the results suck. And I've seen this plenty of times now, particularly in New York for some reason. I've seen it quite a few times from patients from New York, and they, in like 6 months later, they're wanting to get the whole procedure done again. So imagine going and spending, $10,000-$12,000 somewhere from some plastic surgeon, and he does liposuction and he does a crappy job, and then 6 months later, you're like, I'm gonna need to spend another 10 grand to get it fixed. That sucks. So come to us and get it done right the first time. Get this stuff done the first time, so then you never have to do it again. You should not have to do the same area that we do liposuction. You should not have to do it again anytime in the future. Now, the only way that that's gonna happen is if you do your work. So my job is to get out all that fat. Your job is to change your lifestyle, change your habits, and start eating and exercising and drinking plenty of water. You have to do all the lifestyle changes in order to become the new individual. So I can get your body to look this way, but if you don't do the things that are necessary to maintain a body like that, then you're going to turn right back into the same stuff that you were previously. It's just going to take time. It takes about 2-3 years, and you'll regrow it. And maybe the fat doesn't come back in the same distribution, but it's going to come back somewhere, wherever you have the fat cells. So what that means is, like on this individual, for example, we took the front of the abdomen, right? And she still has plenty of fat on the backside, the waist, the arms, all the fat's over there. So she decides that she's not going to change her lifestyle. It's going to come back in those areas. Her butt and her waist is going to get bigger, her arms are going to get bigger. And so the consequences are such that it causes misproportion, if that's even a word. The proportions, start getting altered, because if we take all the fat from one area, you're much less likely to gain weight in that area, although it's possible, but much less likely. But you're going to gain it wherever you have the fat. Like that might be your thighs or the butt or the back or the waist, wherever we didn't treat. You're going to gain weight in that area, which further makes the proportions off, right? So at this point right now, her proportions are a little bit off. She's bottom heavy, right? She's carries too much fat in the midsection and in the back part, which makes her butt look like it starts in her mid back. That's not real. That fat doesn't belong there. Once we take it away, everything gets it's a nicer shape. She creates this arch to the lower back. Everything changes, but you have to change with it. What's up, Kat? We got Kat from My Shape here. She's sharing the formal consultation. So the formal consultation, once you get your pricing and you're ready to go, the next step, all the patients need to get a formal consultation. A formal consultation is a $100 fee. They're required for the procedures. So if you want to get a procedure, you pay the fee. And you're going to speak directly with me. I'm going to review pictures, review your medical history, discuss with you your wants and desires, and then we're going to develop a plan that's going to make it likely you're going to get these results. So Terry, I hope that answered your question. Jump on the website, or just above, you can click the quick quote. Okay, doing me. She says, why don't you answer? And then she asks the question, what's the price? Okay, sorry that I didn't answer before you asked the question, but the pricing, and I've said this multiple times now, the pricing, if you want pricing, you go to the website, or you know what, on Instagram, there's a pinned link. So you're gonna scroll over to the pinned link under quick quote. You click on that link, or I think you're gonna have to copy and paste it on Instagram. So you put that into the search bar, and you're gonna enter some basic information, answer some basic questions, and you get quite a few options on what you want to do. Pricing's right there. You don't have to get any consultation. And then once you're ready, once you like the pricing and you're ready to move forward, the next step is the formal consultation. And the formal consultation is when you send your information in and you talk directly to me. Okay. Let's see, Christina, say this will be a birthday gift to myself. Good to hear. There's quite a few people that do that. Birthday gifts. I've seen anniversary gifts. Actually, husband and wife do it together, which works out pretty good. And it's kind of a bonding experience when you do it with your. It's a bonding experience when you do it with your spouse. When you both get it together, it's kind of interesting. The whole process going through it is something you'll remember forever. Okay, Alondra, it says pick me. So Alondra, it's not I'm not picking. It's not me that's picking for the contest. The contest is the individuals, the actual patients. So you got to get out there and help as many people as possible. That's the only way you're going to win this contest. So the more you help these people, the more likely they're going to say that you were the one that helped them. But you also got to realize that there's lots of other people that are trying to help as well. They're offering their services. And so, don't fish in the same pond, if you ever heard that phrase. There's other places to go. You can go to other groups and you can private message people that you think are hot leads, you might call them, but people that have questions, you can go private message them and answer them. Once you have the answers here, once you can, maybe take some of these pictures if you haven't had the procedure yet, or if you had the procedure, show them your own pictures. It's way more powerful when you talk about yourself, when you talk about your own story. Way more powerful than me saying it. Then advertisement is way more powerful when the actual patient is answering the question. I think it's believable, right? Oh, pick me for my question. What was your question, Alondra? Did I miss that? I don't think I missed it. Alondra, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. I like to know with this patient, we show lots of large individuals, right? And you don't have to be so large to come to liposuction with us. Most doctors, their rule is you have to be your ideal weight, but that's just not our rule. I didn't adopt that. We help larger individuals. We can't help. I suck fat, so there's no weight limit. There's no limit to, you don't have too much fat. You just, we just need to figure out how to get it off you safely. So there's no limits. Anything is possible. It's my job to figure out what is safe and what is good for your body. So that's where we have the formal consultation. But smaller individuals, man, it makes such a big difference. They have a little bit of fat that skews their body shapes and their contours. So we take a little bit off and all of a sudden you have these nice hourglass figure, elongated curves. It can be amazing. It can be really amazing and really a huge dramatic change for a smaller individual. And these are the ones that your friends and family are telling you, like, oh, you're too small, you don't need this, what are you talking about, you look good already. Those are the people that it makes a huge change, particularly like chins. People have these like just a little bump there, they don't like it, maybe the jaw, they're starting to lose a jawline. That's not going to be taken care of so quickly. I did want to mention a couple of people have asked me about Botox and fillers and things of that nature, and we do offer that. It's just not something that I promote a whole lot. Honestly, I do a lot of stuff just for friends and family. But Botox, let me just explain what Botox is. So, now Botox, and there's a couple other brand names to the same material. So like Xeomin is also the same thing as Botox, but people know Botox. I'll use that word just so you know it. So Botox is it's used primarily on the forehead. So I'm going to get closer so you can see. So where you have these horizontal lines on the forehead. Now I have been using Botox. So what it does is it makes it so you can't raise. So you see when I push and it causes wrinkles. So it makes it so you can't raise the muscles. Now I can still raise my eyebrows, not very much. Right now I'm pretty weak, but the Botox freezes this area, and the wrinkles, I'll get even close. The wrinkles start to disappear. Now, just a week ago, I had these horizontal lines on my forehead, but now you can see they're pretty much gone. That's the power about Botox. I love this stuff. This is like anti-aging at its best. It'll make you look substantially younger, especially if you smile a lot or you raise your eyebrows. You get these deep horizontal lines, and think about it like this. It's like a piece of paper. If you bend the piece of paper back and forth, you'll see the line, and it's always there. But when you stop bending, like with your forehead, when you stop bending, so you stop causing the problem, those lines will actually start to diminish and go away, which is super cool. And it's also considered a try and reduce the chance of you forming these wrinkles. So hopefully, you can get into your 50s without having these deep wrinkles. And it's just, this is anti-aging. If you're looking to look younger, which I don't know who's not. I love this stuff. And now fillers are a little bit different. So Botox freezes the muscle. Botox are a little bit different. And I haven't done any fillers, so I can't show you, but I'll just point and show you where they do them, or where I do them. So you can look on the face and see when I smile like this, these lines right here, some people don't like them, right? It makes you look aged. So we fill in, so it kind of softens it up, right? And so you want to have this, where you don't really see these lines, and that's ideal. So you can fill in here. They call these nasolabial lines. We also fill in the lips, so you want bigger lips. We fill in right in there as well. Maybe you have bags under your eyes. A lot of times the bags under your eyes are caused from you lack volume in the cheek. So when we fill in the cheek volume, not only does it define this cheekbone right here, but it pulls a little bit of the skin, which causes the wrinkles under the eyes to diminish. So, fillers this is like a double-edged sword. And I've seen some doctors that they make people look like aliens by injecting so much of this stuff in your face. So my philosophy is very natural and looking. I'm not trying to make you huge and like, oh my gosh, what happened to this person? I want it to look really natural, and it's an enhancement, right? And this is anti-aging, so it's supposed to make you look younger, not make you look like a freak. All right, let me see if I can get caught up on some of these questions here. Okay, hi. How far are you out booking? So we're booking right now into next month and the following month. We have this 15% off contest, and it's trying to encourage people to get in to book before August. We're trying to fill up that month. This is a 15% off special. You have to place your deposit by the end of July and have your procedure by the end of August. Terry. Okay. Nora says, we'll definitely be going back for the BBL. Loving my results. Good to hear, Nora. Nora, so we have this contest now. It's geared towards previous patients. It's so you can win 50% off your next procedure. So, and the way to do it is you need to influence others, and do this by simply sharing your story and keep telling people that you love your results. And the more that you do that, the more questions you answer for these people, you're going to inherently have an influence over them. And if you can influence more people, every single month now, until I say we're going to quit, every single month we're gonna give away this 50% off to somebody. Now it doesn't have to be a previous patient. It could be if you have a large following, you can be an influencer. That'll work as well. Or maybe you have a friend who is an influencer and you want to connect us. If you're the connector, I'll hook you up too. But it's got to be a win-win for everybody. And again, I'm looking for individuals to just be good people. Just share your story, pay it forward. You've gotten the opportunity to have a body the way you do now. It was given to you, right? So pay it forward. Share it with other people how you did that, because people are gonna be like, what happened to you? What did you do? Especially when you're smiling, you're happy, and you've transformed your life with all the other habits that I discuss. Now, once you've done this stuff, it's your obligation to share. It's your obligation to help. And if you don't, it's karma. And you'll see how that works out. Maybe it works out good, I don't know. But in my opinion, it's like, you just got to keep giving more and helping more. And say Milka Lopez says, to what age can you do the BBL? There is no age limit. No age limit. Age is just a number. Same thing with the weight on the scale. It's just a number. None of it's good or bad. You're just giving it, through your thought. You give it good or bad. The age is just a number, and you'll see this in that there's people like we just had a patient that was 74, 75, had her fourth procedure with us. She's come back many times. 4 times now over the years, and she's healthy though. That's the key. She's healthy, and she wants to look better, and she's willing to do the work for it. So, there's no, like, let's say you have 5 years to live. Wouldn't it be better to have 5 great years than 5 shitty years? Have 5 years that you feel better about yourself, 5 years that you are able to look the way that you want. I mean, not saying that you only have 5 years left, but the point is it doesn't matter how much time you have left to live. Whatever time you have left, it should be good. It's better to be good than not. But I really like how many individuals are able to change the mindset, and when once you get this procedure done, if you maintain the same mindset. So I have many patients that they're like, oh, I'm always going to be this chubby chick, and just by you saying those words, your subconscious just heard you, and your subconscious will make sure that you're always that chubby chick. That's the way this stuff works. If you speak these words, you'll speak it into existence. Okay, so treat yourself better. Treat yourself better. Use words that are empowering to you. But when you belittle yourself and say that things are impossible, your subconscious hears that and makes sure that it will be impossible for you. And it'll show you all the evidence that you're going to need to back up that it is impossible. But instead, if you say, wait a second, look at these people. They're getting this stuff done, and it's not just 1 or 2 of them. There's a bunch of them. There's a lot of them. And they keep coming out. If you keep following my channel, you're going to keep seeing. This week we just did a bunch of patients that are going to start showing and sharing their story on the group, and it's happening all the time. So it's not a fluke. It's not like maybe, what if, I wonder. No, you can actually go communicate with these people, go talk to them, and find out it's for real. It's a real deal, and you can change. Now the cool thing is you'll see not only the before and afters, but you'll be able to follow some of these individuals, their story, and see how they have progressed, and you can see how the mental progresses. When you look at Audra, if you go back and look at her Facebook page, you'll see there was no pictures of her before she had the procedure. She didn't want anybody to see her. She was hiding, like a lot of people do. They hide, and hide whether that's covering up, hide whether that's not taking pictures, hide and not doing things. They just don't show up. They don't show up in life. They don't want to. They're embarrassed, so they hide, and that's the life that they choose to live, a life of hiding. Now maybe you're like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of hiding. I'm sick of being embarrassed and scared and feel like I don't want to be seen. When you're sick and tired of that, that's what you need to draw a hard line in the sand. Enough is enough. This bullshit sucks. And if you want to live the best life, you want to be your best version, you got to change. And you got to be willing to do what's necessary. And I'm not saying it's easy. Nobody says this stuff's easy. But I'll tell you what, if you want to do it, it's damn well possible. And you can see not just our patients, but there's thousands, millions of people that are transforming their lives, transforming their bodies, transforming their minds right now. And the choice is yours. You just have to choose. You have to decide. It's a decision that you make. It's not, I think, I thought I should do this, I should lose it. No, stop shooting all over yourself. You get like that? Stop shooting. Stop shooting all over yourself. You should do it. No, you must do it. Once it becomes a must, you will actually do these things. This is where the subconscious, when you're speaking these words, when you say should, it tells your subconscious, if I can't do it, it's not a big deal because I should do it. But when you tell yourself, I must do this, there's no way I'm not going to keep doing and living this lifestyle. I'm not going to keep, being overweight. I'm not going to keep having this high blood pressure, diabetes, I'm not going to put myself at risk of dying at a younger age when I have young kids. You got to make your decision in life on what you want to do. Now, you've spent whatever period of your life neglecting yourself, because we all do, right? I did it for a long time. I see this in mothers, constantly. Mothers have they have kids, multiple kids, and they neglect the crap out of themselves. So you neglect yourself, and you give everything to your kids and your family, your husband, whatever. You give everything. You give, and then at some point you realize that your cup is empty. You have nothing left to give. You're depressed. You're fat. You're embarrassed. You feel like you're just a shell of a person because you've given everything up. And when you're ready to take control of your life, it is possible. It is very, very possible for anybody. And that's why we show these people that have these, big problems. You can still solve them. Just because they're big doesn't mean you can't solve the problems. And this is the people that we're helping. And when you are ready to change, that's when I want to talk to you. If you want to come get this procedure and then stick to your same lifestyle, that you're eating crappy food, you're not exercising, you're sitting on your butt all day, and you're chronically dehydrated, those people will continue to have the same problems. Now, some of you say, well, no, I drink plenty of water, right? But if you don't track it, you don't really know. But I exercise, yeah. Just going to the gym, once, twice, maybe there's no regularity about it. It's got to be consistent. The way to transform your life is through your habits. It's every single day what you do. Now the problem comes in most people's life is those habits were created by somebody else. So, and when you were a kid, you were told, get up by this time. This is the way that when you go to bed, this is what you should do, right? When you wake up, this is what you should do. You should get up and eat breakfast, do these things, go get a good job, go get health insurance, and we were told all these things that we were supposed to do, and so a lot of us just oh, okay, that's what we do, and you just go along this path that someone else created, and then one day you realize what the F, I'm not doing anything that I want to do. Your life is all what someone else wanted. Someone else told you should be doing these things. You didn't make up any of this stuff. But at some point you said, I want to take control of my life. And you want to take control of your life? Then it's just one step at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. Look, you don't have to make huge changes. If you can change 1% per day, just a little tiny bit better each day, in 100 days, you're 100% better. It's really incredible the way this math works. 1% a day. Could you get 1% better? Could you improve by 1% every day? That means if you're going walking and you walk, a mile, tomorrow walk 1% more, just a little bit further, right? It's not going to be that big of a deal. And then the next day, just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. And then you realize, once you start to realize you can do this stuff, and it's not as hard as you think, and you start building up. And so when you build yourself up, it's going to prepare you for the next level. And the next level comes after you put forth the work. But there is no limit to the levels. There's no ceiling. You continue to get better and better and better. And that's why when you go to the private Facebook group, you'll see the individuals there, and you'll see people like Rebecca, for example. Rebecca Rexroth, she had a procedure a couple years ago, but she's been very consistent on her diet, on her exercise routine. She's become, she's a self-proclaimed gym rat, is what she says, and she's always posting, healthy meals, and she's focused. In that focus, you can see how she's lost weight, and she's becoming her best version. She's becoming. She's not already. Just like I'm not already my best version, I am constantly becoming. You are becoming. You're not already. You're becoming something. Every single day you're becoming something. Now, you're either becoming worse or you're becoming a little bit better. But there is no in between. There's no like, I'm comfortable here, I'm going to stay here. Comfortable people are downhill. Think of this as fruit. When a fruit gets ripe, it's downhill from there. You either eat it or it goes to crap. So you don't want to be ripe and green, like you don't want to be like chilling there and just like everything's comfortable, because those are the people that you don't ever improve. You don't ever get any better. And it's just a matter of time till you start on the decline. So start focusing on your improvement. You got to be green, willing to learn, willing to improve, willing to change. That's the mentality. That's the mindset. Constant and never-ending improvement. Your life has to be a constant and never-ending improvement. Why? Because every little thing that you do to improve, it elevates your confidence just a little bit. And as you elevate your confidence, all of a sudden you're going to realize, like, holy crap, I feel good about myself. I am good. I can do this. And when you start getting that confident level, you start pushing yourself even faster. And things, it's like, once you get up, it's really hard getting up the hill, but once you get up the top, eventually it gets easier, and then eventually it gets a lot easier. And when you start getting momentum, the term momentum is when you start getting this energy behind you that is pushing you and driving you to become a better person. And when you surround yourself by people that are similar, it makes it way easier. Because the truth is, when you're trying to be a good person, you're a good influence on people around you. So you need to surround yourself by people that are even better than you, that are up in this next level, whatever that is for you, right? Whatever that next level, you got to surround yourself people that are on that next level, so then they can pull you up. And that's the way this stuff works. Tighten your circle. Get out the negative people. Okay, Milka says, I'm very interested and would like more information. Where are you guys located? How long to stay? Okay, so Milka, we are located in Las Vegas, a short flight from pretty much anywhere. For about 85% of our patients are flying in from out of state, so we try to make this as easy as possible. All the consultation, everything is done remotely, so you don't have to come here for that. Once you come in here, we recommend that you fly in the night before the procedure to get checked in, and then stay for at least 2 nights afterwards. Now, that's the minimum. There are people that tend to stay longer, and the reasoning is after this procedure, you're going to be swollen, you're going to be sore, and you're going to be draining a bunch of fluid. So we use the fluid to get you numb, so afterwards you drain a bunch of fluid, and it is messy for the first 2-3 days after the procedure. However, you want to encourage the drainage. The more fluid that comes out, the easier it is for the recovery. So encourage the fluid, but it's messy, and you don't necessarily want to be traveling during that time period. Oh, Alondra, so you had a Spanish question. Hopefully Kat's on here and can get to that. Also, Milka says, and also, is there a certain weight you have to be or lose weight? So, Milka, I suck fat out of people. I suck fat. So, I believe it's not fair to tell someone that you have too much of what I suck out, right? No, you have too, it's like saying, like I take money and, oh, you have too much money? Oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you, sir. Or ma'am, like, that doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't matter. If you have a lot of fat, we'll just take out more fat. Now the recommendations on what to treat and how to treat it, starts to get a little complicated as you get bigger. So that's where the formal consultation is important, so we can give you the right recommendations. However, if you check out our quick quote, the quick quote is actually it'll fit you into our safety protocol and give you recommendations based off of your size. Okay, Naomi says, hey, my name is Emerita. Okay, Emerita Lopez. And I have called various times and no one picks up. I was wondering if you can call me back. Emerita, their office is open right now. and you should be able to call. I mean, I know I've been there all day, and I know the phone's ringing. So call, and if you get the voicemail, leave a voicemail because we will call you back. But call during normal business hours. If you're on the East Coast, remember there's a time change. But if you really want to, if you send us a message over Facebook, um, I'll screenshot it and send it to the girls. But ultimately, the girls are there, so you just got to call the office. You can text them too. So our office number, you can actually text it. So that might be, maybe that's easier for you. Just text them and then they'll call you back. Technology is awesome, right? We just got to utilize this stuff as much as we can. Miss Chambers on YouTube, your question is ambassadors. I'm not sure what that means, but we are having this contest, a 50% off contest that we're looking for, you can call them ambassadors. We're looking for influencers, people to help us spread the good word. We're able to make these huge dramatic changes for individuals. So the problem is that we can't advertise this stuff. Facebook, Google, they won't let us show these things. They won't let you show any before and after photos. We're kind of skirting the rules here by doing it on video because their AI, their algorithm, they can't tap into this stuff. So we get away with it by doing it through the videos. And in the private Facebook group, we can show a little bit more, but it's difficult. So we get censored. We get censored all over the place, and they actually consider this porn or like nudity. So and we've been blocked on Facebook. We've been blocked on Google and on YouTube. So the point is that we need other people like you to get out there and spread the word and tell people that this is even possible, because most people don't even realize this is possible. They've been told you have to get a tummy tuck, you have to, or just go lose weight or whatever. Like if you're not informed, you're ignorant. So you have to inform these people, otherwise they make ignorant decisions. They make decisions the wrong way, the wrong decisions for them, which in situations like this could screw up your entire life. Like you go get the procedure from someone that doesn't know what they're doing, you can get screwed up. I promise you, this is not easy. Getting these results is not easy. So please, go check my competitors. Go check the people the doctors that work close to where you live. Like, if you live even in New York, New York's a big city, right? There's not many doctors that actually do good liposuction in New York. And I've had to do revisions on quite a few patients from New York, particularly recently. So I'm not sure what's going on over there, but most of our, most states don't have a liposuction clinic that specializes specifically in liposuction, because that's all we do. All we do is liposuction fat transfer, right? So I take it out, put it back in. So when you specialize in that, in liposuction, or in anything for that matter, we get much better at it. So I get repetitions, a lot more repetitions than many of these other practices get. So I'm able to improve faster and get these kind of results. And I've been doing this for 15, 16 years now, thousands and thousands of procedures. So I'm not practicing anymore. I got these very consistent results. I know what I'm doing, and I'm very, very detail oriented in the small details. So I know the patient. I know people want perfection, and while that's not necessarily possible, perfection is not possible. However, I'm always shooting for it, and I always do the best that I can to all the little detail stuff. And over the years, right, I've obviously made mistakes, because that's how you do stuff, right? You do stuff, you make mistakes, you learn, and after you learn, you implement the new stuff, and then hopefully you don't have to make those mistakes again. Right? This is how my life goes, and your life goes the same way. You learn from your mistakes. So 15, 16 years of doing liposuction, I made a bunch of mistakes, and fortunately, it wasn't so bad that I ended up, being out of business, because I'll tell you what, I have lots of competitors that do this procedure for a short period of time. Because you screw a couple people up, and next thing you know, you get bad reviews, nobody wants to come to you, and you're out of business. So it's very, I think it's saying a lot about me and our practice that we've been able to be in business for so long. And it's because we're doing the right things. We're helping people, we're making a difference, and we're consistent. We get good results consistently. So I think it says a lot about us. And, but I can tell you that the people, and because I've done this for so long, the people that get the best possible results are the ones that they change their lifestyle, change their mindset, change their habits after the procedure. Because what I know from my experience from dealing with all these people, and I know personally, that if you don't change your habits, you tend to recreate the same problems. And this is where, learning from your mistakes is so important. Because if you keep causing the same problem, like if you look like you're pregnant, you're causing it. No one else is doing it but you. So until you figure out how and why you're causing those things, and you change it, you're going to continue to change it. I'm sorry. Unless you change those things, you're going to continue to recreate the same problems. Right? Now, liposuction, clearly we can make big dramatic change. But if you don't change your mindset, you don't change your habits, you tend to recreate the same problem. In my experience, it's about 2 or 3 years, and people start calling me again. Oh, hey, I gained some weight, and whatever bullshit story they tell me, because it's always a bullshit story, right? It's always an excuse of why they got fat again, why they couldn't do something, why, and it's like, we all do these stuff. We all make excuses, and stop making excuses for yourself. Stop making excuses for why you have to slip back into failure. If you want to change your life, you make a decision, you make it a must. You draw a hard line in the sand and say, I'm not going back there ever again. I'm never going to do this shit again, ever. And if you can be that like hard on yourself, the discipline starts to come. You have to build the discipline. It's like a muscle. And you do this by doing small little things. Small little things, but you got to show up. You got to show up each time, And as you start building your discipline by doing small little things and doing it consistently and showing up when you say so discipline is basically you saying you're going to do something and then you actually do it. You say you're going to do something else, you actually do it. That's how discipline gets formed. And as you form your discipline and you do repetitions, it gets easier and easier and easier. Then your subconscious knows, oh, so when you tell me to do something, we're actually going to do it? Huh. What a novel idea. What a novel idea, right? But most people, 99% probably, most people, they don't do what they say they're going to do. They say, at New Year's, oh, I'm going to go on a diet. Okay, for a week. I'm going to go to the gym. Okay, for a month. The gyms love New Year's, right? And New Year's resolutions. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym. And all these people come in and buy their year membership. And the gym's like, they make it so you can't quit, right? You have to stay a minimum of a year. But people show up. They show up for the first week or 2 weeks, and the gym's all busy. Then all of a sudden, they just stop showing up because they're tired, they're sore, they didn't want to wake up, whatever happened, right? Whatever bullshit excuse they made up, right? So you need to start changing your habits and show up and stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. They only harm yourself. That's it. Because if you don't go to the gym, I don't care. I'm sure your friends don't care. I'm sure your parents don't care. I'm sure your kids don't care. Nobody cares. And if you don't go to the gym, the consequences only fall on you. Right? So at some point, you need to take responsibility. It's your benefits. You are the one that benefits. Therefore, you are the one that has to do the actions. So whether that means drinking water, staying well hydrated, exercising. Now, you can go to the gym is just one thing just one out of anything, right? Just be active. Whether that's go walking every day, like if maybe you're a sports person, maybe you like to play some type of sport. You got to get up, move, be up. Standing. When you're standing, you're burning calories. You're utilizing muscles. Just being erect, standing up straight is using muscles. So if you're out walking, you're standing up straight, you're using muscles, and it burns calories, it burns energy. What I know is that we are all given this energy. If you wake up in the morning, you are blessed with the energy. We all have the same energy, and we all have the same potential. But you, each one of us, gets to choose how we want to direct that energy. You want to direct the energy towards positive, then you're going to do positive things. You want to direct your energy towards negative things, you'll do negative things. It's totally your choice. Everybody gets the energy. If you're waking up, you get the choice to utilize the energy in a positive way or utilize it in a negative way. It is your choice. Stop making excuses of why you chose negative. There's no excuse for that stuff. Be a positive influence on all those around you. And when people start looking up to you because you're a positive influence, it gets even stronger. You know, I feel like me speaking and talking and telling you guys that you should be doing these things, I feel the obligation to not make mistakes. And you know what that's done for me? At 45 years old, I got a 6-pack. I'm 5% body fat. I'm strong. I'm flexible. I'm intelligent. I'm confident. It's all by doing the things that I teach to you. I'm not the type of person that I say this stuff and do another thing. I follow through on everything that I do, and I've built my confidence, and I've built my discipline, and I've built my body. Listen to the words, I built it. I built this body by the actions that I took. And you too have a choice. You can build whatever you want. You build the life that you want. And if your body is something that you want to change, you can do this. Clearly, it's not that difficult. It really isn't. Once you get the procedure, you have to just change your lifestyle habits. And this is like the little choices, right? When you show up to the restaurant and they take your order and you're looking like, okay, well, I can get a hamburger and fries and milkshake, or I can get something on the healthy side, maybe fish and rice and whatever, right? You make the choices. We all make the choices. I think, my opinion, you should drink nothing but water. Okay? Anything that is other than water is empty calories. It does no good for you in the liquid form. So drink nothing but water. I'm going to modify this one. Okay, I do protein shakes if you want to do shakes and things of that nature, or smoothies, fruit. Okay, but if you're just drinking for drinking, it's drink water. No sodas, no juices, none of that. Those are empty calories. You're going to be filling yourself with calories that is going to do very little good for you. So I would avoid that. Ochoa Lupita, you said you're ready. Okay, so when you're ready, you got to get your formal consultations. The next step. Send in those pictures, and we'll make some amazing body for you. Okay, Ruby. Okay, you want information? So Ruby, up in the posts here on Facebook, you can click on the link for the quick quote, and the quick quote is a awesome link there. You go and you enter some basic information. There is actually a ton of information on the quick quote. I put all the frequently asked questions in video form, so you can see me answering many of those questions. So your information is right there. In addition, when you scroll down a little bit further, you actually get the pricing. So you can select various options and get the pricing. And now once you see the pricing and you realize that you're ready to move forward, the next step is a formal consultation. The formal consultation, the links are on our website, myshapelipo.com. It's $100 for the formal consultation. Every person who wants to have a procedure at MyShape must get a formal consultation. Those formal consultations where you send in some pictures, and I'll review them as well as your medical history, and then we'll speak for about 30 minutes to answer all your questions and concerns that you may have, and we'll develop a plan of action to get you back on track and get you the body that you're looking for. I'm gonna wrap this up in just a few minutes here. If you guys have any quick questions. Okay, Naomi, you're saying please call me. Our office really it's way easier if you call us. But if you want to, if you really want to, we can play that. Send us a message on Facebook Messenger. with your phone number and your full name and all that stuff, and I will, and basically this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to text it over to our office. So if you want to text our office, you can do that, or you can call the office. But either way, I'm going to be doing the same thing that you're going to be doing. So way easier if you just call or text them. Our information, the phone number up in the post and Facebook, so you can get that there. If you can't find it there, whatever the case is, all of our information is on our website, myshapelipo.com. So we are here to help you help yourself. Help you help yourself, because you know what? If you don't change your lifestyle and you don't help yourself, then the results, they don't last forever. So don't be fooled into thinking that you can just get a procedure, any procedure, and that'll last forever. Mm-mm. It's unfortunate that people think that way, but it's not true. Nothing lasts forever. Everything deteriorates. Everything will eventually die and go away, and that's everything. Everything. Your house will eventually deteriorate and turn to dust. It's just a matter of time. You realize that there's only a few houses that are here from the earlier days, the 40s, 50s, or the early 1900s. Almost none of the houses from the 1800s still exist. Very few, right? Very few. Everything is deteriorating, your body included, everything. So you got to start maintaining. If you can maintain, so just like your car, if you maintain your car, it'll last a lot longer. You maintain your house, it'll last a lot longer. Your body, if you maintain your body, it'll last a lot longer. You want to live longer, you got to maintain your body. If you want, here's the thing. If someone told me, is like, if you plan on living a long time, you got to make sure you have everything that you need, right? So your teeth, right? You don't want to be 100 years old with no teeth. 80 years old. You don't want to be 80 years old with no teeth, right? You need to take care of them. If you don't take care of this body, it won't take care of you. When I see that people, it's like you use it or lose it, right? So if you don't walk, just basic walking. If you're not walking, eventually you're gonna not be able to walk. Use it or lose it. Use your brain. If you don't challenge your mind, challenge yourself, you're not going to improve. And if you don't improve, you deteriorate. So use it or lose it. All right, one more thing about our contest. All of you previous patients, if you want to get 50% off of your next procedure, you got to start sharing your story, helping other people, pay it forward. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just with the group. You can go on to other groups. Tell your friends, tell your family. I'm sure you have friends and family that have the same problem. I'm sure that you know people that are struggling with the same issues that you had in the past. And now that you have solved your problem, it's your obligation to pay it forward and help those around you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with you next week. I hope you have a nice 4th of July weekend, and stay safe.